Hello and welcome to the I Do Wedding Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Nina Adio, a social media marketing expert specific to the wedding industry. On this show, I discuss tips to help you DIY your social media, as well as getting the confidence and income to outsource it. Thank you for allowing this episode to come through on your Bluetooth, your car radio, wherever it may be you're listening from today. Now, let's take your wedding business to the next level. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the I Do Wedding Marketing Podcast. Nina Adio here, cup of coffee in hand, and I am excited to talk to you guys about some social media within the wedding industry. But I do want to remind you that if you are looking to learn everything you need to know about getting started with Meta ads or Google ads, and you're going to want to check out the last episode we did, episode 131 with Daniela Justice from Wedding Industry Ads. She shared a lot with us about how Meta and Google are the ultimate power couple when used together. So I don't want you guys to miss that out. The Wedding Industry Ads girls, Whitney and Daniela, they have both been on the podcast now, but they have been kind of taking the industry by storm. They were just on Brandy Gar's Wedding Pro CEO podcast, as well as the Venue RX podcast. So you know that they are giving some value. Today, what I want to talk about is perfection, because I see a lot with clients, people, whether I'm talking with them in just an inquiry phase, in an actual client, if I'm speaking with them at coaching level, and perfection can hold a lot of us back, regardless of what industry you're in, right? And to me, and what I find works for me and for my clients is not worrying about perfection in that traditional sense. Because here's what happens. While you're waiting for the perfect post, someone else is getting discovered on Instagram. While you're waiting for the perfect post, other vendors are getting shared by their colleagues and collaborators on an event they work together. The perfect post may not perform because it's what you are viewing as perfect. Does your perfect post resonate with your client? Let me go a little deeper with what I mean when I say somebody's idea of the perfect post. It's edited. It's maybe put into a template and then edited or revised, or they're adding text, but then the text isn't perfect and it's being scrutinized. Okay, can real be perfect enough? Couples want to see what they're paying for and what that will actually look like. So when somebody sees a house on Zillow, you walk through it, you want to see it in person because you know that galley kitchen was photographed to look a lot bigger than it is, right? And so you want to see it in person. Perfect can be controlled, and couples know that. Perfect is for your website. When I'm on someone's website, I'm expecting to see the perfect photos. But you know what then I do after that? I go to the Instagram to see what it really looks like. And perfect does not have to be your Instagram. But let me make it clear what I'm not saying. Okay, I'm not saying to post low quality photos. And I'm not saying to stray away from professional photos. Definitely not. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is don't wait. Don't overanalyze. Don't edit the photographer's work to make it perfect in your eyes. Don't leave it in drafts because you're afraid. Don't be afraid to post a good camera photo of your work, because I post those, especially on Reels, and they perform. Your product is perfect. It's your post job to perform. So what you want to see is test it. Post something that's been sitting in your draft. Post something that you're like, oh, I just wish this was taken slightly tweaked to the left, or a little bit more lighting here, or whatever it is that's stopping you. Post it. And then we want to see how it performs. Is it getting shared? Is it getting saved? Are you getting website clicks? That's what you want to be checking after your posts. And what I'm finding is that posts that are not, how do I say this? Because I'm not saying that they're not, good posts. They're good posts, but it's not always the picture perfect photographer posts that are resonating. Sometimes it can even be that we're working with the photographer together and we have made a reel, and there's a moment in that wedding that we're going to highlight. You're going to say, you can't believe the couple did this. And then it's being shown in a reel. And rather than worrying because, well, the text may not be perfect, or the timing's not perfect, or how do I have the right audio, you just post it because it has a hook. You post it because that's what's trending, not because it's what you like and what's perfect for you, but because it is what's performing on Instagram. And why does that work? That works because if we want to get organic engagement and leads from Instagram, we have to do what Instagram wants, which is what its viewers want. And that is why I encourage you to throw your idea of perfection out the door and explore what is perfect for those who are on the platform. Think I'm going to keep that short and sweet and start to wrap it up there, guys. But if you post what you think, right, is a post that was a risk for you to do, we're like, oh, I'm not sure. Tag me in it. Share it with me. So, what do you think of this? This is what I did as my imperfect post. Share it with me. I will give you your feedback. If you want to be featured in a podcast in our mailbag segment, you can send a question to me at hello@idoweddingmarketing.com with the title podcast question, and I will get to those on my next solo podcast. But I do have some more interviews coming up for you. Next up is going to be the Vow Whisperer. You're going to get to meet Tanya, who we see all over as the Vow Whisperer, and it's a really unique episode for us. So you're going to want to make sure that you subscribe so you can hear that. I will talk to you guys on the next I Do Wedding Marketing podcast. Thanks for being here.